my god. I'm so nervous. Hey guys. Feels really strange, like just sat here talking to a camera because I haven't done this in so long. I came in here like knowing what I was going to talk about, but I guess that's just gone out the window. I think I'm just nervous to like come and film anything in general. I've changed so much, I've gone through so much, like I'm a different person. I guess that's what this video is about. I've literally got a spot on my cut, like on my shin. Who gets spots there? Me. Come on, baby, won't you paint that town? I suppose the purpose of this video is just like to reflect on the year I've had. It's been one of the worst years of my life. Cheers to that. But in my opinion, in our opinion, in whoever's opinion, there's always a silver lining. So many great moments. I've had a really bad, horrible moments, but through all of it, it's been one of the biggest changes internally I've had. I suppose I'm coming on here to just vent and talk about it, give myself some inspiration, give you guys some inspiration. I don't know why I'm here. Let me start off by saying, it's gonna sound really contradictory. I don't want to make makeup content anymore. Me getting ready, even though it's 7 PM and I want to go to bed, it's just my way of like easing myself back into it, reigniting my passion for creating content. This video is about transformation and change, so let's go from trade to gay trade. I'm gonna put these clips in there because one, this blonde strip I have now just like goes bright orange. I don't know what it is about me, even if there's like no camera or anything, I just have to look cute while I'm getting ready, like even before I'm getting ready. I don't just want my hair everywhere looking like I've been dragged out of bed, you know? Even if you don't think I'm cute, I feel cute right now. Truly for me this year has been the biggest humbling experience, the biggest learning experience I've ever had. It was probably about time, to be honest, that the universe did this to me because I'm coming up to 21 and I was actually just lay away wasting in my bed, so thank you. It wasn't grateful at the time, but I am now. This year I've literally never loved so hard, I've never laughed so much, I've never cried so much in my life. I feel like I'm really stepping into myself now and adulting. Maybe not physically, but internally, okay? Yes, I'm still in my bedroom at my mum's house. I suppose one of the reasons I have been so inconsistent with everything I do, whether that's in my life or like online content creation, is because I've genuinely been like miserable and depressed for about 2 years. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, I thought I was depressed for the last 2 years. The past 4 months has shown me it can get a lot worse. I can never work out why I had the best intentions to do things, but I'd never do them. The thing is, it wasn't because I was lazy, because I'm not a lazy person, I never have been. All these things were just split into my life. Sleep in, I waste my day, I'll say I'll do it tomorrow, I never do. First of all, I feel like these are things that everybody does, and I've had to let go of feeling guilty for that a bit. I went through something recently, and like, if that had never had happened, like, I genuinely wouldn't be where I was. I just feel like I would have stayed in this state of comfortability. I was comfortable with being miserable. I always wanted more for myself, but I didn't really want to do anything about it. It's not like I expected it to come to me on a silver plate. I just felt like it would happen eventually. I had that mindset, but I was never actually putting the work in for anything. And believe it or not, one of my main sources of unhappiness was content creation. I first started content creating when I was 16, and I had such a passion for makeup and beauty and actually creating and editing content. Like, I still love that to this day. When I first put the content out there, I had no intentions of getting popular or wanting views or likes. I genuinely just put the content out there with makeup because I loved makeup, I loved creating content, and I felt like it made me really happy. I was getting like millions of impressions weekly on my Instagram. I was getting thousands and thousands of likes. I was getting hundreds of thousands of views on every Instagram video, and I just kept going with it. After about 2 years of doing that, I don't say this to be big-headed, like I do not at all. All I'd ever see on my comments was, oh my God, you look so pretty, your makeup's so beautiful. And I just got to a point when I was about 18, I was like, there's way more to me than this. I'd get messages and messages about my stories and how they were so entertaining, like when I got out with my friends. The thing that always kept people there and kept people following and kept the following going up was my makeup videos, because they were always going viral, and that brought in the new followers and attracted people. So I just kept doing it. even though I was unhappy. Every content creator will have mentioned this. Instagram changed the algorithm at some point. That wouldn't make a regular person sad or depressed, but because that was generating me a lot of money and I thought it was going to earn me a living, it was really like bad. And at that point I wanted to change my content style. I wanted to create more lifestyle things, just about me, just me messing about. But I didn't really feel like it was the right time to do it, because the only way I was actually growing was putting makeup content out there. I started putting up bits and pieces here where I wasn't doing makeup, but it wasn't getting the same reaction. People liked it when they saw it, but because it wouldn't get that initial like engagement, I guess it wouldn't go out to other people. I just said to myself, do you know what, Ethan, just carry on doing the makeup stuff. But then it just still wasn't the same, but because I was unhappy creating it, I feel like you could see that in my content. I was just forcing this for like a year and a half, trying to do something that made me so unhappy. I didn't want to do this anymore. That was quite noticeable. I feel like that energy I was putting out there was causing me to get bad views and stuff. On top of that, the lack of views caused me to lose my passion for it as well, because, you know, when you're coming home from work and putting every hour you have spare into something and you're not reaping the benefits, it is hard to keep doing it because you're spending all your time on it and you just feel like you're wasting your breath, really. That, along with a lot of internal struggles I had going on, caused me just to kind of give up, really. Then if we fast forward to this year, I wanted to start content creating properly again, but I really did not know what I wanted to do. And I kept finding myself like slipping back into that narrative of let's just create makeup content again. I wouldn't allow myself to do that because I would rather not create content than be unhappy with what I'm creating. I was sat there trying to work out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to create, and I could just never had that idea come to me. So as a result of that, I wasn't doing anything. I was losing my following. That was making me even sadder because I put 2-3 years into building this thing that I felt like was just disappearing before my eyes, basically. So then I had like this major event happen in my life. After about a month, I realised I have to live for me. Like, so far throughout life, all I've encountered is me doing things to make other people happy. And as a result of it, I've been miserable. And it's been thrown back in my face, basically. I'm not saying I was perfect in all of these situations, but I suppose before all this stuff happened, I was very much a, oh my God, why is this happening to me kind of person. Whereas now, if something happens to me, I'll allow myself to be down about it, but I will reflect. I'll be like, what is this trying to teach me? Because ultimately everything does happen for a reason. I know that's so cliche to say. If you don't learn from the stuff that happens to you, you're just going to find yourself in those situations time and time again. And trust me, if you're there right now, it's okay, because I've been in that cycle until now, and I might end up in that cycle again. I've always relied on other people to make me feel secure about myself. I still have times where I do, but I've been unteaching myself that. It's nice to have people tell you look good, or tell you you're talented, or tell you you're capable. We all need to hear that. We all do. I feel like the people around us are supporting us and pushing us. But at the end of the day, as Beyonce said,
me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end.
I've learned not to ponder on the past too much. It's okay to think about it, but I don't beat myself up for things that have happened. I don't regret that happening because it's got me to where I am. It's got me to the mindset I'm in now. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I wasted time doing things that made me unhappy, but that had to happen for me to be here. I've still got so much growing to do. I'm growing right now. With all that comes appreciating the journey. I didn't make content because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Sometimes you have to just do it. Me sitting and filming this video today is a push for me. I've pushed myself to do this today. And after I finish recording this, I will pat myself on the back. I think it's made me realise that myself and you guys alike, I was not put here to waste away. I have a purpose, and whatever that purpose is, I will find it. But me sitting in my bedroom every day on my phone, moaning about where I'm not, what I haven't done, does not help me further or become happier. It does the exact opposite. Of course, I have days where I don't want to do anything. I have no motivation. And maybe I allow myself to have like one of those a week. Every day, you have to do something, even if it's tiny, to like push yourself forward, even if it's like some creative thinking, you know? Through the pain that I felt this year, I suppose I've had to learn to look outside of myself, look outside of other people, and really reflect. We all sit and wonder, why am I like this? Why did I do that? Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. But most of us don't actually sit and take the time with ourselves and work through all our trauma and work out why we are like this. One of my favourite things, which I see on social media all the time, is maturing is realising every adult needs a therapist. And it's true. Sometimes you have to be your own therapist. Like, that's what I've been to myself the past few months. Out of everyone in the world, you know yourself. You literally live in here. You're on in here. Like, this is you. And deep down, if you sit and dig, you can work so much out. Every night, well, most nights, obviously, if I'm like going away with friends or something, I won't necessarily do it. I always take half an hour to sit in silence, in a room, think about what I want from life, you know, manifest. See, this hair's gone orange. For the longest time, I've been curious about sitting down, manifesting, meditating, whatever you'd like to call it. But I just didn't know where to start because my brain is just like... Even though I've always respected other people's religions and I've always stood up for people who are being disrespected for their religion, for me personally, it's just not something I was interested in. However, can you see my crystals? Obviously, crystals aren't a religion, I'm not stupid, okay? I know some of you will be like, it's literally just a rock. Maybe it's just a rock, I don't know. Getting into these has made me realise why people are religious and why they have faith and why they believe. It's so healthy to have something to channel your energy into. Oh, let me just put some powder on and let it sit so I'm not like wasting time. Each crystal is said to have a property. For example, aventurine, optimism, sodalite for passion and creativity. Before I go to bed, for example, pick out a few. Courage and strength. If I pick this out, it allows me to sit there and be like, Ethan, you've shown like so much courage and strength in this situation. You really need to be proud of yourself for that. Well, here we've got lapis lazuli, which is for authenticity and always being true to yourself. And I've had a massive problem with that throughout my life. I've had many occasions where people feel like I haven't been myself, or I feel like I haven't been able to come out of my shell, and I don't know why. When I look at this, it helps me concentrate on those parts of myself and sit there and I'm like, Ethan. It allows me to revisit times in my life that I might not necessarily want to visit, but you know, in my head I can go back and look at all the things that may have led me to not feeling I can be like myself. Because if you don't know the root of a problem within yourself, you're never going to be able to solve it. This is what I'm saying about crystals. If you sit there and you're like, my life is such a mess, I don't know what to do, I don't know why I'm like this, why is this all happening, why are people responding to me like this, you're not going to be able to pull out individual problems. It's just like a massive storm. When there's a tornado and there's things flying around in it, you might have to just pick the things out. You need to find something to channel your energy into, and that's been really healthy for me, and I really recommend it for anyone, whatever it is. Each day, I pick out one to put in my necklace, and I always wear one. I will literally pick out what I need that day. So I've got citrine on me today, that's for self-doubt. Every time I catch a glimpse of it or I look at it in the mirror, it subconsciously, I think about it. I'm like, oh, citrine, self-doubt, Ethan, you know, don't let self-doubt hold you back ever. And all day it's constantly reminding me of that, and that really helps you grow. If I'm grateful for finding anything, it is the spiritual journey. I have come so far internally. Not much may have changed in my life on the outside. I'm still in the same house, I still look the same basically, I still drive the same car, I still work at the same job, but internally I have changed so much. Outside change starts with inside change, and you all need to take note of that. I definitely feel a lot more confident within myself, and like I don't doubt myself as much anymore. Of course I have my moments. Probably wipe this off my face. At the end of the day, this is my face, and whether it's ugly or not, I'm stuck with it. I think this is the first year coming up that I will not be making any New Year's resolutions. And that's because I've come to realise that if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Saying you're going to do something on a certain day or a certain time doesn't mean you're going to do it. I told myself I'm going to go to the gym for 3 years in a row and get fit, healthy, have a six-pack, look like The Rock. And has it happened yet? No. I do have goals internally in my head that I've already like started working on. First one is to be more outspoken and stand my ground, and I've definitely grown in that more. As my like inner peace has grown, I definitely feel more comfortable with like telling people how like I truly feel without sugarcoating it. Before now, I have been a people pleaser, and that's not to say I did things to make people like me, but I maybe kept from saying things because I didn't want to be involved in confrontation. But no, you will not walk over me. If anything, the thing is, I've come to learn that we're all human, we are all imperfect. Sometimes people don't mean to walk over you. I just feel like people will treat you how you allow them to. And that is the tough reality. Some people are just rude and they are just vile and they will take advantage of you, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I believe people are inherently good. Most people don't do things with a lot of malice behind them. I've had friends who have mistreated me, but not mistreated others because these others were outspoken. I wasn't. One of my biggest growing activities of this year, which I'm so proud of, I take so much accountability now. About a year ago, I blamed everyone for everything. Nothing was ever my fault. I wasn't growing because of the Instagram algorithm, because of this, because of that. I'm tired. Okay, I might be all those things, but so is everybody else, and they're still getting on with life. The situations I've been through this year that have devastated me and have changed me, don't get me wrong, they hurt, but I also had a part to play in it, and I cannot control what other people do at all. But I can control what I do. I can control who I put my energy into, what I put my energy into, and I promise to only put it into positivity to the best of my ability. I've had a realisation that the pain you experience, the heartbreak you feel, the grief you feel, every little thing that happens to you, every single person you cross in this world, whether it's your next door neighbour, it's someone you see in shop, everybody has a life as complex as yours. We are all living the exact same life, just in different versions. When you feel like you can't relate to somebody or someone can't relate to you, you can, because we all go through the same stuff. And I just wish people would realise that. I've hurt people, I've been hurt by people, but sometimes we need that. We do need that to grow, to like push us in the right direction. People don't necessarily hurt you because you've done wrong to them. People hurt you because something you've done has triggered them, or they're insecure, because I know I've maybe said something mean to somebody before and it's not because they've done me wrong, it's because I was insecure about something. I'm a really defensive person naturally, and as I said earlier again, I've had to sit and work out why I'm so defensive, why am I like this. I've really had to spend time myself and visit memories I really didn't want to. And in doing that, I've been able to restrain that and take criticism. Wow. Faking that I'm okay with it and like faking confidence, you really do start to have those things for real. I feel like when you tell yourself something, you know, I'm confident, I'm a bad bitch, I will take this well, you really start to grow into that. I am so sick of like not believing in myself, and there's been so many things and talents I feel like I have that I think I'm good at, but I feel like people won't perceive as good. Rapping, writing lyrics, I feel like I'm good, but people won't perceive it well because I'm not your typical rapper. I have to remember, if I feel like people are going to perceive it like that, they probably are, because whatever I feel about what I put out there is what it's going to be. I think sometimes you have to talk to yourself how your mama would talk to people about you, because I know if someone was to say to my mum, tell me 10 things about your son, being gay would not be on that list. It might be number 11, let's be honest. Face beat, jacket on. I said I wanted to look cute, but I just shoved a coat on, to be honest. I know you're probably thinking right now, Ethan, this video kind of had like no structure. You just talked all the way through it, you rambled on, and yeah, I did. If you made it this far, congratulations. This video was more for me than you guys. Like, I just wanted to vent and like catch up and reflect on the year to come. I'm really excited to step into myself. I'm finding myself, but I'm excited to step into the person I know I am and I know I can be. I really hope this little vent session gave you guys some inner peace, that you're not the only ones experiencing hardships, because trust me, we all go through them. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, like it. If you didn't, press that thumbs down button, because that's what it's there for. Thanks for listening to me rant and moan. Some things do never change. All links to all my other socials will be down there, but for now, I'm loving and leaving.